My visibility began overnight for no evident reason, and my mental health had been severely damaged. Then it came, April 2025, a major turning point in my life was scrolling through YouTube. I came across a comment about Coach Lee's Neuroscience Method and could have ignored it. 3 weeks later, something incredible happened. I was fluent with everyone, almost everywhere. Because when you experience things, even if you fail, by analyzing your failure, you learn the theory. And three special thank yous. First, obviously, Coach Lee for his wisdom, doctrines, for helping us. And for overcome Sterling at a time there were far fewer sources available. Then, once again, from a genuinely kind and good Samaritan, not only to me, to everyone here, last but not least, Cindy, through their practice sessions, indispensable for me, big prospects who help me a lot of times by motivating me, guiding me. With that said, I am a presentation, and thank you all, for listening to me.
Well, fantastic speech. Very good use of hands. And I could clearly see that you were using your speech plan, shortly stop, perfectly. Very, very well done.
And Miguel, 20 years old. Wow. I loved your story. I liked that you talked about the effect of the pandemic because we don't often hear that. And I think the pandemic did change something for for us stutterers. So thank you. I want to know kind of, so how has your journey now that you're a PWSS, how has that impacted your relationships?
Even with my childhood friends, the ones I know since like 8, 10, I used to feel anxious. So obviously, I also became more empathic. When they open up to me, I usually have better advice, so it's good. So obviously, as a result, the relationship with them became much, much stronger. About dating, well, uh, between 17 and 19, I was in a relationship, and me and she, we broke up about 1 month before April of last year. And well, surprisingly, she was a good person. She was oblivious to that. However, in the past, he used it to impact indirectly. What do I mean? The girls would not care, however, would care so much. My mentors were was so low that I could not perform well as a partner because I could not perform well for myself. Imagine my relationship with other person. Actually, I am much better. I still think I'm not prepared for a serious relationship. However, without doubt, I am much more prepared.
So very much happy seeing you that you are so young and you have stopped stuttering at such a younger stage. I wish I would have found something at your stage because I am uh, 37 years now and you have stopped stuttering at younger stage. So my question to you is that how your stuttering was earlier and how you feel now in talking with your friends or maybe with the family friends.
To know that this program was worth it was the fact that in less than 1 month, I was fluent with my father, which was someone that I thought was in the top of my fluency ladder. And with my family, obviously, I'm much closer to them. It's a bit abstract. I don't know how to say it. However, it was the past. It seemed to me like if there was an invisible, an emotional barrier between me and the people, even the people I was close to, and friends and family. It does not exist anymore. So even the even strangers and people in general, not only the ones I'm close to, I feel that there's no barrier. I can develop healthy relationships with anyone.
What resources of this program do you think has helped you the most? It could be, the private stuttering therapy if you had one, or it could be the group practice sessions, or any other things that actually added value in your progress.
My training and being coached by Danny,
Mhm.
well, because he was one of the few ones that know my first language, and it was fundamental to practice the crutches in my both languages, English and well Portuguese. And however, without a doubt, the community, just like I said, I used to feel a little bit lonely, uh, you know, and I felt like I felt understood when I joined the WhatsApp group. It was in June of last year. I already imagined the community would be supportive and kind. However, I still underestimated you guys' level of kindness and support. So if I would have to choose only one, the community, for sure. Excuse me.
Portuguese, right? Okay. Is it simpler in English? Like, yeah, is there a different way you apply the crutches, or yeah, what changes between the both, between Portuguese and English?
Right now, my speech is pretty much equal in both languages, even though initially it was surprisingly better in English, because I usually just think, okay, they know I'm not native, so if I stumble my words, if I stutter, it's fine. I'm still learning the language. However, right now, thankfully, in my daily basis, in my native language, I am as fluent as I am right now. And a tip that I would give to any bilingual or trilingual person here is, despite the fact we communicate in English, if you don't use English in your daily basis, pick your native language, because this is the one that you will stick like 87, 90% of the time at school, college, when you work with your family.
When you get first field out, which crutch you are using to overcome that first field out?
Without a doubt, crutch 4. Vowels used to be a nightmare to me. For example, instead of saying, I am Miguel, I began, I started using an A sound, H or R sound, before the vowel. For example, instead of saying, I am Miguel, I passed to say, I am Miguel. Yeah, yellow instead of yellow, you know? It was, I think, by applying it, half of my blocks and first few words problem was solved.
When I joined the program, I found using my speech plan very difficult at the start, and it took me a long time. So my question is, how easy, or should I say, how comfortable was it for you, Miguel, at the start to begin to use your speech plans? And if you found it difficult, what did help you?
Well, it took me a long time because I was changing all of the time from unsure stop to just passion to pause. And every story is unique. Yeah, a unique practice. But I think that some people have a natural tendency to perform better with some crutches than others. Just try to find out which ones work better for you, you know? And
Yeah.
and I used it. It was hard because, just like I said, I used to fear. Oh my God, what other people will think about me if I use a lot of pauses and word linkage. Well, most people don't realize, even if they realize it.
Miguel, thank you again for a wonderful talk today. And Antonio, thank you for doing such a lovely job as our host. Have a wonderful weekend to all.
It is now time to close our meeting. I hope that you enjoyed exchanging thought with ex-stutterers and those fast becoming ex-stutterers. I will now end with our motto. If you can say one word anywhere, anytime, you can say and love to say any word, anywhere, anytime. Until next Saturday, have a great weekend.
Unlock your voice with StopStutter.